does poverty mean to you? Did you picture the broke, the unwashed, the worn-out, destitute children from the third world that the adverts are so desperate for us to never forget? Whilst poverty is this, the reality is that it's also so much more. It's the homeless, the hungry, the I don't know how I'm going from one day to the next. It's the restriction of information within a poor education. It's mental health and the ex-servicemen and women left on the streets. Which is why we want to challenge how you think, because poverty is not stereotypical and neither is our social media. A Penny for Your Thoughts was influenced by The Last Leg. Their Is It Okay segment starts a conversation on what questions are okay to ask on disabilities. Thus, we want to ask the bigger questions on poverty.
We set out to smash the poverty stigma through social media, hence our tagline, Pop the Poverty Bubble. And we believe the best way to do this was through open discussion and debate surrounding the issue. We want to pose you a daily question, give you some food for thought, and encourage you to confront and question your own leanings and biases, all in an attempt to make you think differently, however that may be. We don't want to force anyone into any particular mode of thinking, as let's face it, that seems to be all that media strives to do these days. And to be honest, we don't want to hear back from you. Go out into the real world and have a real talk about these issues, whether that be an introspective encounter with yourself or a heated debate with friends and family. We prompt you to think about the issues surrounding poverty that might not have crossed your mind otherwise. One thing that we noticed in the debates and discussions leading up to the creation of our Facebook page, A Penny for Your Thoughts, is how much your socioeconomic circumstances determine things in our everyday lives. So we won't just ask you the questions constantly flogged at us in the news and social media. We're going to talk about how these issues seep into the education system, how social influences determine our mindsets on the matter, and how if corporate representation is all it appears to be. Bottom line, we want to pop the poverty bubble.
Each week, we will create new content for our Facebook page to open up the conversation topic that is poverty. On Mondays, I will be uploading a Rags to Riches post. And this post will tell us some of the stories of some of the most inspirational people in the world, whether they're musicians, actors, athletes, or historical figures. Each week, I'll be looking into how these people overcame their challenging beginnings and how they became influential figures in modern-day society. The first post will be written about Eminem, whose story will be uploaded on Monday, and future posts will be written about Jim Carrey, Sylvester Stallone, Oprah Winfrey, and Jennifer Lopez.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are going to be big questions to get you thinking and debating about the poverty stigma. There are no right answers here.
We have a blank slate over the weekend, so every Friday we are going to get you to be creative by responding to the prompts that will be shared on our pages. These prompts could include text, an image, or a song. Once you've completed your response, feel free to post these on your own social media using the hashtag #PovertyPenny, and we will share the best ones. It's important to be positive in a world of poverty. Thank you for your time, and all that's left to do is follow us.
I said I couldn't walk, so. Well done, guys. Do you want to introduce yourselves to the audience?
I'm David.
My name's Carly.
I'm Ellie.
So you guys formulated that entire idea for all of these activations today, right?
Yep.
How has the process been?
Honestly, it's been a little bit hectic. I had no idea I could design a logo in about 20 minutes flat.
There you go. Working under pressure. What about you guys?
I'd say it was pretty smooth, actually, though. Like, we just
There you
discussed,
go.
you know? Like,
Actually, pretty easy.
I mean, we just got all our ideas about, you know, about the poverty stigma, like, out into the open in a discussion, and we found that we had a lot of similar, like, ideas and views about the matter, and we just cultivated them all into this one project.
Social media is such a double-edged sword when it comes to stuff like this, isn't it? Because it's simultaneously a place where we can, access information quickly and link to other people and share and exchange all of this information, all of these ideas, but it's also a place where we just like flaunt our wealth and pretend to be happier than we are. How did you guys get to the core of what you wanted the kind of ethos of this idea to be? And also, are you actually going to do it? Are you going to be rolling this out?
I'm pretty keen to keep this going, to be honest, because it's something I'm really passionate about. But I think it's one of the bigger reasons that we're eventually going to disable the comments so that people actually have these conversations offline instead of being influenced by people in the comment sections.
Yeah. Let's hear from you.
I definitely want to keep this going. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and like look into people's lives and how they've overcome like some challenging experiences in their life, and definitely how people can still do the same even if they're in some tough situations.
Yeah. How old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 16.
You're 16. You definitely shouldn't mind me asking then.
I'm 21.
17.
And is this something that you discuss with your peers, with your friends? Is it a topic that comes up ever, like wealth and money? Because when I was at school, it was kind of like, I made sure it was a no-go zone because I knew when I went to my friends' houses that they were a lot more wealthy than me, and I just kind of didn't want to get into it. I didn't want to get into the fact that my parents were on benefits. So, and I think that was a shared thing amongst lots of people in my school. We just didn't really have that as a topic to discuss, and I'm interested about if it's changed at all.
Honestly, not really. I've been through that situation as well where I've not wanted to talk about it, and so people have respected that, but I feel like some people do talk about it with their friends more often now.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like you have to like go out of your way to make the point, like as uncomfortable as it may feel, to make the point of discussing these topics, because where I go to school, a school full of like really privileged, rich, like Tories. I like a lot of the time people can get so caught up in their own way of life that they don't even think to consider what someone else might be going through. So it's important.
I'm probably the complete opposite to that because I'm an art student and we're pretty much notorious for having these discussions most of the time.
Right.
Which is a bit weird.
What about the experience of today? Like, obviously, you've been thrust into something where you've had to make something from scratch in a very, very short, hectic sort of space of time and environment, and then perform it to a bunch of people. But I mean, has it been a useful and like worthwhile experience to kind of be churning over all of these topics and looking at it in a different way?
It's the first time I've really sat down and spoken about something like this, but I did manage to get loads of my ideas out and loads of opinions, as so did these two, and I think it's something that we all need to do much more often.
Awesome, thank you so much.